I bought this pack of super fast growing plant seeds. They're called Sugar Daddy peas. I wanted to find out how different sounds and music affect plant growth. The first plant will be in the quietest part of the house. It's the control. I made 3 soundproof boxes. The second plant will be listening to 10 hours of Shia LaBeouf motivational speech on repeat.
Don't let your dreams be dreams.
The third plant will be listening to 10 hours of NLE Chopper freestyle on repeat. And the fourth plant will be listening to 10 hours of Uh-Oh Stinky on repeat. Which one do you think will sprout first, and which one do you think will grow the biggest?
Today's shoutout goes to Alisa.
This weekend I tried a little experiment. I collected some grape hyacinth and periwinkle flowers. They grow in my backyard. I mixed the buds with some water and vinegar and put it in a crock pot on low. Made sure to crush the buds as I mixed and checked on it over the next couple hours. Then I added some periwinkle flower to see how that would affect things. Over the course of probably 6 hours, I let everything cook down with the top off of the crock pot until it became a very concentrated pink color. So I bottled it and I added a little bit of gum arabic to help the ink stick to paper. The end result looks like a dark pink ink but dries into a teal color and sometimes a dark blue. In this time lapse, you can see how the ink color changes when it dries. I think I'll definitely be experimenting more with this.
If those fungus gnats are driving you crazy, here's another tip to get rid of them. Fill a bowl with either apple cider vinegar or red wine. Fungus gnats are attracted to these smells. Next, add a drop of dish soap. By adding the dish soap, it'll help pull the gnats into the bowl. Let it by your plant and you're done. No humidifier? Here's a quick way to add humidity to your plant that severely needs it. Grab a tray and fill with a layer of pebbles. Next, fill it up halfway with water. As the water evaporates, it should create humidity around your plant. Make sure to keep an eye on the water levels.
So this is a prickly pear cactus pad, and it happens to be Tank's absolute favorite food, but it's kind of hard to buy. They don't sell it at Publix or anything. So we started our very own garden of it from some clippings we got from a neighbor, and it already got growth after just a couple weeks. Now we want to grow even more, so we ordered these pads online, and we're extending the garden. We started by breaking up the dirt with this hoe, and then we had to pull out a couple of the really hard roots by ourselves. Nick kept breaking it up some more, and then Tank came for a little visit because he is so cute but super nosy and wanted to see what we were up to. Then we poured on some new cactus soil into the area. Then we started planting the cactus pads. It was really easy. We just stuck them straight into the ground and then patted the soil around them to keep them in place. This one's my favorite. It's shaped like a little claw. Nick put these ones in a cute little circle together, and this is what it looks like. Now the last step was just to water the garden, and we just have to wait and see if they grow, so stay tuned for updates.
I work with houseplants for a living, and I'm going to tell you the very first plant you should buy if you're a new plant parent. Drum roll please. It's got a super easy name. It's the snake plant. You can get them in lots of different sizes. You don't need to mist them. You hardly ever have to water them. In fact, it's better to neglect them. Here's the coolest part. They have babies. You can gently pop these babies off. Soon you'll have snake plants all over the place.
Today starts the journey of me growing a mango in water. Start out by removing the seed. Yep, this one. Next, you're gonna go ahead and remove this paper-like layer. This helps prevent mold. Next, grab a towel and wring out as much water as you can. Place your seed in a container and let germinate until you have a root. This is about a month later. I used this metal string. I suspended it over water, making sure that the roots were fully covered and placed in a bright spot. How to grow this date into a tree. First, remove your seed and let it soak for about 2 to 3 days. Grab your seed. I used a container and some moist sand. Place your seed. Place it in a warm spot and let it germinate. Now let's see the progress. In about 2 weeks, you'll start to notice a tiny little root popping out. And this is today's growth. More updates to follow. If you want to keep your green onions staying fresh longer and avoid food waste, just add them to a jar of water. I've had these onions for about a month. The roots have grown and the tops continue to grow every single day. And whenever you're in need of some green onions, just snip some off.
Hey friends! So many of you have been asking, what does it sound like when you water your plant? Well, I was just watering my plants at home, and this snake plant is ready for some water. I have the plant wave connected, and we have this sound set on. It's playing piano and some other things, electric piano. Let's see what happens when I water the plant. Let's listen. Let's give it a little more. Give it a nice soak.
How to propagate herbs. Today I have rosemary, thyme, mint, and sage. Start off by removing the lower leaves. Grab your container and fill with water. Next, add your cuttings, making sure to keep the water from touching the lower leaves. Place in bright indirect light, and in a few weeks you should notice some roots.
Okay guys, so I'm feeding my Venus flytrap a locust. I've just set the locust in there and hopefully he eats it before the locust hops away. Oh, he's closing on him. Oh no, he's got another leaf stuck in there. I'm gonna try like tuck the locust in. Ooh. Okay, so I just separated the two leaves and now it's got the locust. I think the plant like slowly breaks down the locust and you just see it almost deteriorate. So I'm gonna do updates for you guys, but that was pretty cool. Make sure to come back for a part 2.
Regrow dragon fruit from seed to plant. Just scoop up some fruit, put it in a strainer, and mash it up until the seeds stick to your fingers. Place your seeds on a damp paper towel. Cover. Place in a bag and wait 5 days for germination. Once your tails sprout, you can grab some soil and place them tail down right inside. Cover it up, water it lightly, and watch your growth. Your dragon fruit will continue growing for about 3 months, or as long as you want. Just give it some sun and you'll see that it will grow tall and have some minion spikes. So let me know if you're on your way to buy your dragon fruit, and follow for more.
3 weeks ago, I filmed this video just propagating some succulent leaves, and now it is time for an update. So I went ahead and took all of them out of the vessel. 4 out of the 5 have done amazing. The other one is just kind of, it's still there, so yeah. How to regrow a pineapple plant. Start off by grabbing the crown and gently twisting it. Also make sure to cut the remaining fruit off the bottom. And voila! Next I went ahead and removed about 1 inch of the leaves, and it looked like this. This is where all of the future roots will start to grow. Next up, grab a container with some water and add your top. Remember to change the water when it looks murky and place in a really sunny spot.
Today we're going to show you how to grow taro in a pot. Taro is a wetland plant, so keep that in mind when picking your soil. Make sure it will retain plenty of water. Fill the pot about 3/4 of the way to the top and then put your taro root in and bury it. Since it is a wetland plant, make sure to keep the soil moist at all times, and we also like to add a tray for extra moisture at the bottom. This plant likes full sun, so we keep it under our Mars Hydro TS 3000. After a few weeks you should see some sprouts, and then after a month you should have a full, happy plant. Bye! Have a good day!
Did you know that you can propagate carrots? Begin by cutting the tops of your carrots off. Next, grab a shallow dish and add a small amount of water. Place your tops in the water. Within a week, your carrots will begin to grow. Once they've grown a bit more, we can transplant into soil. How to propagate lavender. Go ahead and grab some cuttings, making sure to avoid any that have flowered or are flowering, as that can pull energy away. Next, remove the bottom 1 to 2 inches of leaves. Once they look like this, you're going to grab a container filled with water. 2 to 3 weeks, you should see some roots. Tips on watering your orchid. Fact, orchids grow on trees, so they live in bark. What I do is pour room temperature water over the root. Make sure that you avoid getting water in the crown. This can lead to rotting. That ain't cute. You can also put a bowl underneath it and let it soak for 15 minutes. Great time to clean your leaves. Then you're just gonna drain it. Let all that water out, and look how cute your plant is. It's amazing.
Did you know dragon fruit grow on cactus? Wanna see one climb up a tree? Water, sun, and soil. Oh baby, looky here. Now watch it climb a tree. Okay, have a good day, bye.